Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with that unsettling feeling? A prickling on your skin that tells you someone is watching you. It's a common trope in horror stories, isn't it? But what I'm about to tell you, this isn't just a story. This happened to me, and it started, as these things often do, in the dead of night. It was exactly 3 a.m. I remember glancing at the glowing red numbers on my alarm clock. The house was unnervingly silent. You know, that kind of quiet that is so deep it almost has a sound of its own. There was no wind rustling the trees outside, no distant hum of traffic, no creaks and groans from the house settling. Just absolute stillness. And then it came. Knock. A soft, hesitant sound, but it cut through the silence like a knife. I froze, every muscle in my body tensing up. My heart started pounding against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the quiet room. Who on earth knocks on someone's door at 3 a.m.? My mind raced through the possibilities. A neighbor in trouble, a mistaken address, or something far more sinister. I slid out of bed, my feet touching the cold wooden floor. Each step I took toward the front door felt like a mile. I was trying to be as quiet as possible, holding my breath, listening for any other sound. The knocking started again, but this time it wasn't soft. Knock. 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 It was louder, more insistent, almost demanding. A wave of adrenaline surged through me. I reached the door, my hand trembling as I reached for the peephole. I put my eye to the tiny lens, my heart to my throat, and I peered into the darkness outside. There was nothing. Absolutely no one. The porch light cast a pale, empty glow on my front steps. I couldn't see anyone hiding in the bushes or down the street. Just an empty, sleeping neighborhood. A wave of relief washed over me, so strong it almost made me dizzy. Maybe it was a prank. Teenagers. Or maybe I had imagined it. A vivid dream lingering on the edge of wakefulness. Feeling a bit foolish, I turned away from the door, a nervous laugh catching in my throat. I took a step back, toward the safety of my bedroom, and that's when I heard it. A whisper, so close it felt like it was right beside my ear. A dry, raspy voice that sent a shiver of pure ice down my spine. It said, "Why didn't you open the door?" My blood ran cold. Every rational thought vanished. There was only one terrifying fact echoing in my mind. I live alone. I haven't had a visitor in weeks. There was no one else in the house. There couldn't be. Slowly, ever so slowly, I forced myself to turn around. My gaze drifted towards the large, ornate mirror hanging on the hallway wall, the one directly opposite the front door. My own reflection stared back at me, wide-eyed with terror. But I wasn't alone in the reflection. Standing right behind my mirrored image, a tall, shadowy figure loomed. It had no distinct features, just a dark, human-like shape. And it was looking right at me. The next thing I remember is waking up on the floor, the morning sun streaming through the windows, painfully bright. My head was pounding, and my throat was raw, as if I'd been screaming. It had to have been a nightmare, right? A sleep paralysis episode. I clung to that explanation, desperately trying to push the memory of the whisper and the figure in the mirror away. Later that day, I was taking out the trash when I saw my next-door neighbor, Mrs. Gable. She looked tired. She asked me, "Did you have some late-night company last night?" I heard all this knocking around 3 a.m. It was so loud it woke me up. I stared at her, the fear from the night before returning in a cold, suffocating wave. "You heard it too?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. She nodded, woke my husband up as well. Sounded like someone was desperate to get in. "But here's the strangest thing," she said, frowning. "It sounded like it was coming from your house. But you don't have a front door. Just that big bay window." And that's when the world tilted on its axis. I looked at the front of my house. There was no door. There was just a solid brick wall where the door should have been, where I swore I had looked through the peephole. There had never been a door. Not in the 10 years I had lived there. The only way in or out was through the back. So what was I knocking on? And more importantly, what was trying to get in? I still live in that house, and sometimes Late at night, I can still hear the knocking, but now it sounds like it's coming from inside the walls. And I'm too afraid to find out what happens if it ever stops. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more unsettling tales, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay safe and always check your mirrors.